What's up, sports fans? How you doing? I am Kendrick, the sports guy. This is TFG Sports Media. We're doing quick. I ain't gonna. It may not be too quick, but it will be. We're doing a quick cut in. Guess what time it is? It is NFL Wildcard weekend, and we're gonna talk about this first game of the day. Cleveland Browns, number 5, seeded Browns at number 4 seed Houston Texans. But before we get into that, that game is almost over. Before we talk about our reaction to it, make sure you come in, like the segment, subscribe to the channel, and share this to all your social media platforms. That is TFG Sports Media, and that is Kendrick Sports Hustle as well. SPORTZ. HUSTLE on YouTube. Make sure you like and follow TFG Sports Media and Kendrick Sports Hustle on Facebook. And follow me on TikTok at Kendrick Henderson 51. And you can follow me on Instagram as well. That is Kendrick 1969. So how's everybody doing on this Saturday evening? I am in Texas, and it ain't cold yet, but old man winter is on his way, and it might get a little dicey in the big state of Texas in the next 24 to 48 hours. So everybody was going in the stores and buying everything up. You know how it is. If you're in Texas, you know if there's any inkling of some winter craziness as far as weather, everybody is going to the store and buying everything up. So the best place to be is at home. And then this is why, again, NFL Wildcard Weekend, what a better way to be stuck in the house than to be watching some NFL playoffs. That's what I say. So I'm feeling pretty comfortable right now. But you know, it is cold in Texas, but guess what, man? It is hot in H-Town at NRG Stadium. Man, those Houston Texans, they came ready. The Browns was in town, first wild card game to kick off this whole weekend, and that second half turned into not a contest. I think it's only about it's under 2 minutes left in this game. Again, I just popped out of it, and I already knew it was pretty much a wrap up. And it's a final now. Texans got their first playoff win in a minute over the Cleveland Browns, 45-14. And rookie quarterback C.J. Stroud looked like a veteran out there. He played with a lot of confidence. He was 16 of 21, 274 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Running back Devin Singletary had 13 carries, 66 yards, 1 touchdown for the Texans. And wide receiver Nico Collins caught 6 balls for 96 yards and 1 TD. And it was all Texans, man. Actually, this game started out as back and forth. I thought it was going to be high scoring the way it started. And they both were going at each other. And then the Texans pretty much took control of this game, especially after Joe Flacco. Now, he has some numbers. His numbers look pretty good. He ended up throwing for over 300 yards and 1 touchdown, but he had 2 crucial interceptions that the Texans turned into touchdowns, and that was a wrap in the second half. The Texans defense played with a lot of confidence. They locked them down pretty good again in that second half, whereas the Browns defense, they were getting gashed. They were getting gashed in the passing game. Nico Collins was running. He was just kind of getting open at will in that secondary. Dalton Schultz got open. It's again rookie quarterback C.J. Stroud, man. He just showed that he's comfortable in that offense. He made the right plays. He didn't panic, and because the Cleveland Browns defense, they one of the top defenses in the league. They only gave up like 167 yards per game in passing, which was tops in the league. And they came in with, Myles Garrett. He's all pro. That defensive end, he was a non-factor in this game. So the Texans they did their thing down there in NRG. I know it's been a long time coming for the Houston fan base. We know what that franchise has been through the last couple of years. It was just ironic that they end up drawing Cleveland Browns in this wild card matchup because they traded who they thought was going to be their future quarterback for years to come, Deshaun Watson, because of all that uh, situation he had with the masseuse, the massages. They decided they couldn't rock with that. It was just too much. They traded him to Cleveland, and they got a bunch of draft picks out of it. And I guess when you look at it, it worked out for the Texans for it to happen that way. Because now you look at C.J. Stroud. If you compare him and Deshaun Watson's best season in Houston, I think most people now will be happy more with C.J. Stroud than they will be Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson's career I think it's hit a standstill. I mean, he hasn't done much since he's been with Cleveland, except for signing that big guaranteed contract of $230 million. But outside of that, he hasn't done anything. So the Texans were able to get a lot for him. They changed their front office, and they got a heck of a head coach, DeMeco Ryans, who I think should win NFL Coach of the Year. I think after this big win over Cleveland, I think it's a shoe-in for him to win that. So again, our first wild card game is in the books. AFC matchup, number 5 Cleveland Browns and the AFC South division winners Houston Texans got the W 45-14, and now they're gonna sit and they're gonna be traveling to somebody. They're gonna either be traveling to either Baltimore or to if they win. Now it's not a given. Baltimore, because the lower seed I think goes to the higher seed. If the lower seed wins, then they go to the higher seed. So they're gonna probably be traveling to either Baltimore or Buffalo. We'll see, because Buffalo is the 2 seed. Now, speaking of Buffalo, just to give you an update on some NFL news, the Buffalo and Pittsburgh game that was to be the kickoff at 12 noon Central, 1 p.m. Eastern on Sunday. Tomorrow, it has been moved to Monday at 4:30 p.m. and it's going to be on CBS and streamed on Paramount. Due to the winter weather that's gripping the whole country. Again, I am in Texas. I'm not too far from Dallas, about roughly an hour and a half east of Dallas. And yeah, we got some wintry craziness that's going to be moving in starting on tomorrow evening. We got some frigid temperatures that's going to start making its way in roughly about another couple of hours here. So in Texas, man, they not equipped for all this craziness, this cold weather. I was born in Wisconsin, Milwaukee born. I always tell people I'm Milwaukee born, Texas raised. So I know about this cold weather and I hate it. Believe me, I cannot stand cold weather. And so I'm okay with sitting at the house during this cold weather. But again, that Steelers-Bills matchup, which is in Buffalo, that game will not happen tomorrow. It has been moved to Monday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So now we're going to have 2 games on Monday, the Bills and the Steelers. Again, CBS and Paramount. Then the Monday night game is the Eagles at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I believe that's ESPN. And the other Sunday games is only going to be 2. We got the Packers at the Cowboys, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. And who's the night game we got tomorrow? I got to look that up. I can look it up right now. Who's the night game we got tomorrow? The Rams at the Lions. That is the Sunday night game on NBC. Number 6 seed Rams at the number 3 seed Lions. That's the Sunday night game at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 Eastern, 7 Central. I'm sorry. And so there's only 2 games now tomorrow. It was supposed to be a triple header on Sunday, but now it's just double. It's 2 games tomorrow and 2 games on Monday. But now we got the Chiefs hosting the Dolphins. They kick off in roughly 30 minutes, and this is going to be one of the coldest games in NFL history. They're saying that by the time this game kicks off, they're going to be below 0. And that game is only streamed on Peacock, by the way. So if you don't have Peacock, you won't be able to watch that game. And this is a crazy thing. The NFL signed a $100 million deal with Peacock, I guess, to stream a few games, which I think is bogus. I mean, but that's their way. You know, at the end of the day, they're about making money. They could care less about fans and all that. But that game is only going to be streamed on Peacock. So it's not going to be streamed on NBC or anything like that. So if you don't have Peacock, you won't be able to watch the Chiefs host the Dolphins, which that's going to be a good game. It's probably going to be more of a run game because the weather conditions, it's not going to be conducive to passing. Then it's Kareem Hunt. It's going to be he's back in Kansas City. We're going to see what happens. So again, but big game today just ended a few minutes ago. Houston Texans got the W over the Browns, 45-14. And what can you say about this team? DeMeco Ryans has this team playing with a lot of confidence. Quarterback C.J. Stroud is looking like a veteran back there. And, Joe Flacco, he came back and he did his thing, but he had to just wasn't enough. Too many mistakes there. Those 2 interceptions that the Texans turned into touchdowns, and here we are. So I just want to give you that update on that. And also, we got a lot of coaching stuff going on in the NFL and college as well. There's a report out that Michigan head coach Jim Harbaugh is probably going to interview with the Chargers. That's out there. You already know about Bill Belichick. He and the Patriots have decided to mutually part ways. So he's a free agent, and they hired Gerard Mayo to be their new head coach in New England. Antonio Pierce with the Raiders. There's reports that he's going to interview with the Titans, but the Raiders players are definitely they are wanting Pierce to be named the permanent head coach. And we still got these other openings. The Chargers, the Commanders, the Falcons. Again, with the Patriots not anymore. Who else? The Raiders. It's still an opening because he's an interim. And so we got some jobs there available, and we got some big names out there that's going to be interviewing. I'm sure Bill Belichick's name has now been moved up to the top of a whole lot of lists when it comes to in NFL openings. If he decides to continue to coach, we'll see what happens with that. And then at the college ranks, Nick Saban retired on Wednesday. Then they hired Kalen DeBoer from Washington to be his successor. And it's just been a whirlwind of things. Oh, and Seattle, the Seattle Seahawks has an opening. They decided to move on from Pete Carroll, even though he didn't get fired. He is basically being reassigned to be an advisor with the organization if he just chooses to do so. And from what I heard on his soundbite, he doesn't sound happy about that. So he may not even do that. So the Seahawks also have an opening. And Dan Quinn's name, Dallas defensive coordinator, his name has been mentioned with that Seattle job because if you don't know, that's where Quinn was at during their Super Bowl run. He was the defensive coordinator under Pete Carroll before he got the head coaching job at Atlanta. So Dan Quinn may be out as well. He may be getting one of these job openings as well because he's been a hot commodity for the last couple of years anyway as the Dallas Cowboys defensive coordinator. So again, just updating you on this Houston Texans and Browns game. The Texans got their first playoff win in a few years. Big win for the Texans, man. And I know the Houston fans are feeling themselves right now. So now we'll see who they get next. They're gonna probably be on the road from here on out. It just depends on how this ends up. So let's update on tomorrow's games. Again, the Steelers at the Bills. That game is no longer at tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It has been moved to Monday due to weather in Buffalo. That's going to be a Monday kickoff at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then we got the Dolphins at the Chiefs. That's about to kick off here in about 25 minutes. And then, again, the Browns just took that L from the Texans. As far as the NFC, we got the number 7 seed Packers at the number 2 seed Cowboys on Fox tomorrow. That's 3:30 p.m. Central Standard Time kickoff. Then tomorrow night, we got the number 6 Rams at the Detroit Lions, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on NBC. And then on Monday night, we got the Eagles at the Bucks on ESPN as well. And by the way, Eagles wide receiver A.J. Brown will not play in that game due to a knee injury, just to give you heads up on that. So again, I am Kendrick the Sports Guy. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. That is TFG Sports Media here on YouTube, as well as Kendrick Sports Hustle on YouTube. That's SportzHustle. Make sure you like and follow TFG Sports Media and Kendrick Sports Hustle on Facebook. Also, you can follow me on TikTok at Kendrick Henderson 51, and you can also follow me on Instagram at Kdrick1969. So, you guys, whoever got Peacock, get ready for the second game tonight. Dolphins at Chiefs. I'm going with the Chiefs because I think the weather conditions is going to be terrible, and it's going to be whoever's running game gets off. And I think the Chiefs, technically the Dolphins probably got. I think the Chiefs is going to. I think Pacheco is going to have a good game tonight. Now, as far as Raheem Mostert for the Dolphins, we'll see what happens. But whoever's run game, I think, is efficient. It doesn't have to be great. They're just going to have to be able to run the ball efficiently. And I think that team is going to be the team that wins tonight. So, again, we got the Dolphins at the Chiefs, again, kicking off here in about 20 minutes. So, you guys enjoy the rest of your Saturday night. Those across the United States. I'm not going to just say Texas because the whole country is going to be locked in this real cold Arctic blast that's coming. You guys make sure you stay safe out there. If you have to get out, be safe on the road. Make sure you follow you know the rules. Don't follow too closely behind people. But if you don't have to get out, don't get out. If you want to Netflix and chill, that's cool too. This is probably the perfect weather for that, for those that can Netflix and chill. Or just Netflix, that's cool too. But we got a lot of sports on TV, so we got the NFL playoffs to keep us busy and entertained. So again, I'm Kendrick, the Sports Guy. We will see you on the other side and on the next report. I am out. Peace.